The other evening I was coming home, and I could see in the distance a bunch of animals on the road. I slow down, and as I approach, I see that they're wolves. I saw at least 15 cross earlier, and more on their way, so a large pack. As I pulled up next to one, slowly rolling by, I roll down the window a little ways and say, "Hey, where are you going?" It looks straight at me and says, "North." Not batting an eye, I'm like, well, keep going on. I don't fancy having wolves as neighbors. They didn't like that. They're all growling under their breath at me. As I'm rolling slowly between them, I see a albino wolf coming up beside me. And typical Dream fashion, my vehicle is a Marazzi brand. Not reliable. It up and vanishes, and I'm left walking amongst at least 15 wolves on the road. As I'm slowly walking along, one that is approaching me is black and gray, thin as a bone, and very mangy. In poor sight, really. And it charges at me, mouth open, ready to strike. I punch it in the head, it falls back, crying. I get into a fighting stance and announce, I can take each one of you down, one hit apiece. The albino one comes up and says, "Take him!" And a solid black one leaps at me. I give him an uppercut, he flies back a few yards, lands with a thud, dead. The rest turn, looking at me, growling, ready to attack. And I'm a quarter mile running down the road, yelling, "I don't know what you're going to take me as, but I'm sure it's not as a translator, because this communication is way ahead of its time." Made it about a half mile, and I come into the yard, slam the gate, and I see them on the road gaining. I enter the house, close the door, and my alarm goes off. I open one eye slowly and mutter to myself, "Great, now there's wolves out my door, and I'm going to be paranoid for weeks."